Welcome everyone to tonight's webinar. Again, this webinar is exclusive to realtors and lenders. We're going to teach you how you can actually build a pipeline with a lot of hot leads, right? There's nothing worse than actually getting someone, maybe a family member, maybe even leads, right? A ton of leads. But unfortunately, what my realtors are running into is many of them are unqualified due to credit issues. So we're going to teach you a way where you can actually bridge that gap, start to fill your pipeline with qualified leads, and also maintain those relationships. A lot of my realtors tell me, you know what? I need to do this because what happened was that I would talk to someone, they weren't qualified. 6-7 months down the road, I'd see them again and they bought a house from another realtor. So how do you maintain the relationship with them? So we're going to give you a solution to that today. A little bit about me. My name is Raysa. I'm a vice president here with this amazing company, Financial Education Services. I'm going to introduce you our United Credit Education Services. That is phenomenal. The reason I came in, a little background story, is because I actually had divorced in 2017, completely shattered my credit score, right? I was at a 514 credit score. I ran into an individual that introduced me to this program. And believe it or not, within 120 days, I was able to get 41 negative items deleted from my credit report. And I also had that bankruptcy deleted. And I had a chapter 7. A lot of people tell me, how did I do it? Well, I'm actually going to teach you how I was able to do it with this program. But now what I do is I establish relationships with realtors and lenders. So if an agent invited you on here today, we want to establish a relationship so that we can help you win, help you close more deals, bring more deals to the closing table, and be able to help those clients that have the challenge credit. Helping these people is not only going to have them in the pipeline, but just think about how many other people they'll be referring to you as well. So let's get right into it. Won't waste any more time. Our protection plan. So here's a little bit of financial statistics today. Credit scores range from 300 to 850. And I know a lot of you guys may know this information already, but just want to go over some statistics. Over 70 million people have a 599 credit score or less. A quarter of all people do not know how their credit scores are even determined. So we're going to go over that today. It's pretty interesting. 10% of Americans are credit invisible. So you may be sitting in front of people that actually don't have any credit at all, right? And the FTC estimates that around 9 million Americans have had their identity stolen each year. The people that you're probably seeing, it's probably not even their fault sometimes. Their identity might have been stolen. They have things on their credit reports. They just don't know how to actually put action to it. So that's what we're going to talk about here. A little bit about why do we not know anything about finances? So a lot of us learn this information from our parents. Unfortunately, this information is just not being passed on. It's not being taught in schools. There's no financial literacy. Credit is not taught, right? And so we are going just on what our parents are teaching us or what we're hearing or what we're researching. So our program definitely focuses the most on education. We want the people now to understand credit so that we can pass that down to our children. So welcome to UCS. I'm going to talk about our protection plan, what's included, but a little bit of history on this product and on this amazing company is that we've been in business over 15 years. So if we've been in business for that amount of time, you definitely know we've been doing something right. We've been helping people get on track with their financial stability. And also we've successfully helped remove inaccurate, erroneous, and obsolete information from credit profiles. In fact, it was just updated that we've been able to remove over 1 million derogatory items for our clients. So I'm going to teach you how we were able to do that. So the protection plan membership, as you can see, it does include the credit restoration portion, but we also give them all of these other additional services, which we're going to talk about. So you're probably wondering, how is this done, right? So when the clients actually enroll into our program, our credit attorneys actually pull all 3 of their credit reports, and we're going to be looking for those negative items, delayed payments, collections, medical bills, bankruptcy. It doesn't matter what it is, repossession, evictions, anything negative on the credit report. We're actually going to create the dispute letters from our attorneys with the right verbiage and the proper reason codes, and actually help our clients to be able to communicate with the credit bureaus. Okay, so again, communicating with them, any items that are inaccurate, credit bureaus make a ton of mistakes.
Hello.
80% of Americans actually have an error on their credit report right now, right? 3 out of 4 reports have an error on them. So it's very important that we understand that, because the credit bureaus make so many mistakes. So we will help the clients be able to restore and maximize their financial opportunity by putting action to it. So here's how your credit score is calculated, right? We teach this as well to every single client that comes through. We teach them how it's calculated and how all these numbers actually come together and what creates your credit score. Payment history is 35%. So we teach them late payments, not good, right? That's the biggest thing that hurts your credit, the highest impact item. And so now one late payment can actually hurt your score 50 to 100 points. Is that drastic? And it stays on your credit reports for 7 years. So again, these are the items that we're gonna have to get removed in order for the lenders to be able to push this loan through, right? Now, capacity and amount owed is another 30%. So if they have high debt, not only does it affect the debt to income ratio, but it does affect their credit score. So we're gonna teach them to make sure that all the credit cards that they have are under 30%, so they can maximize their credit score and get them approved. Also, length of credit is 15%, new credit is 10%, and types of credit used is 10%, meaning how long you've had these accounts in good standing matters, right? Every time you go apply for credit, it does cause a hard inquiry on your credit report. They stay on your reports for 2 years, and it can hurt your score 3 to 5 points. You have to be careful with that. And then you want to have a mixture of installment loans and credit cards. So this is how your credit score is actually calculated. Now, let's say you don't have anything that you're paying every 30 days. You don't have a credit card. That means you don't have any length of credit. That's 80% of someone's credit that can be empty on top of having the negative items. So we're going to teach you as well how we can help them rebuild that with a secured card, and even a program that we have where they can have 2 years of their rental payment history added to their credit reports. So make sure that you reach out to the agent that invited you and get some more information on those 2 credit building products, because that's what's going to help tremendously boost that credit score on top of doing these dispute letters and helping them remove these negative items. Okay, you should know that credit agencies are not government entities. They are private companies that utilize customer financial data. So a lot of people tell me, hey, that, you know, it's on there, it's got to rewrite. It's not true. They do a lot of data entry, and they're private companies. They simply get paid for reporting your information, whether it's accurate or not. Okay, each credit reporting agency operates independently. So Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian do not communicate with each other. They operate independently. So that's why the scores are always very different. And the creditors, the people that we borrow from, have the option to report to 1, 2, or all of the agencies, but they're not obligated to share the information. So the mortgage may show on just one credit bureau, the car may show on another credit bureau. That's why our scores are so different between all 3 credit bureaus. You have the right to review and dispute your items. So what we're doing here is leveraging our clients and so many people that don't realize that there is a law in place called the Fair Credit Reporting Act. It was passed by Congress in 1971, and it gives all Americans the right to dispute and investigate any negative item on their credit report. Unfortunately, they don't know how to do it. They don't know how to write the letters. They don't know the reason codes, and they don't even know the laws that protect them. So this is what we do on their behalf. And we've been able to include things like late payments, charge-off, foreclosures, bankruptcies, tax liens, collections, medical bills, short sales. A few that are not on here, repossessions. If they had student loans, for instance, I just had a lender reach out to me and say, hey, Raysa, you got someone in the program. They've been in for 30 days, right? And I said, okay, they got some negative items deleted, but they've got this one student loan that has been in default for a year. Come to find out, she was a co-signer for her daughter, and our company was able to remove that student loan that was in default for a year of $11,000 from her credit report. And she was approved for the house of her dreams in less than 60 days. So again, very happy lender, very happy realtor, very happy client. But doesn't matter what the item is, eviction, repossession, student loans, if they're in collections, late payments on the student loans, things like that, all of those negative items can be disputed with our program. So they're also able to monitor their progress. So we have a portal for them. When they enroll in the program 24/7, they can see everything that's going on, what items we found on each credit bureau. They have their own login information. check their progress, check their process, also be able to download their dispute letters right from the PDF portal. So we can mail them, or they can actually just click download and print them, and they can shoot them off to the credit bureaus. Very simple process. We teach them how to understand credit, how to establish credit. As you can see, the information and the resource is just definitely phenomenal. But they have access to all of that, so I'm glad that we're able to provide that transparency. Many other companies do not do this. So these are the additional plan protection products that they get with the program as well. So included with the credit restoration, we're actually going to teach your clients how to budget, right? Because they're going to need to start budgeting if they're going to want to get into a home. So we're going to teach them how to track their income and their spending, and how to actually start saving while they're in the program. We're also going to teach them how to build their credit. So they'll have an extensive financial library right in their portal and a resource center on how they can actually get their credit score higher if it's building, or just a ton of information in that credit builder app. Also, credit attorneys, I love this. Our credit attorneys are specialized in what they do. An attorney can cost almost $250 an hour, right? But here in our program, let's say your client has identity theft issues, or maybe they're being harassed by debt collectors. It happens all the time. They can be represented by our credit attorney at no additional cost, okay? Credit monitoring, they're able to have an app that goes on their phone called Smart Credit, and it's free. Usually it's $24.99 for that product separately, but here in our program, they actually will be able to monitor their FICO score. Very important, right? A FICO is definitely different than Credit Karma. I talk to lenders all the time, and it's different because the vintage score is different from a FICO. So you definitely want them to be able to see what their mortgage score is, their auto score is, their probably auto insurance score, and then it has the hiring score as well. So they're able to see that all on the app. And of course, when they get credit score increases, they're alerted as well. Debt payoff, so we teach them how to eliminate debt. Again, if the credit card utilization is high, then they're gonna have debt to income issues, right? To be able to be approved as well, depending on how much debt they have. So we're gonna actually teach them and give them the exact payment guide to eliminate debt quicker with less interest, okay? They can actually plug in all their numbers right in their portal. It's actually gonna teach them how to pay off that debt. Financial lockbox, a roadmap to financial contact. So now think about where all of us, right, even ourselves, where do we keep our life insurance documents, right? Many life insurance documents get unclaimed every single year because no one knows where you have them stored, right? So all the things that are probably under a mattress or in a drawer somewhere, it really should be in a cloud. So what Financial Lockbox is kind of like a digital safe where you can store all that information and make sure that that username and password is with your estate or with your will, trust, power of attorney, so that someone can access it in case of an emergency. Okay, also identity theft protection. We just talked about how many millions of people's identity gets stolen every single year. Matter of fact, every 2 seconds, someone's identity is stolen. So in our program, we highly believe in protecting our clients. They are actually covered up to $1 million in coverage with Privacy Armor, and it's simple to activate right in their portal. Net worth tools. So many times people don't even know what assets and liabilities are. And so we're actually teaching them how to calculate their net worth and what assets are versus liabilities. So they're able to actually see those calculations. Also, we're going to teach them how to save, teach them how to save for vacation, save for the house, right? They'll definitely need some funds for that, how to create multiple goals, and we actually hold them accountable in this app. Last but not least, they're eventually going to be home buyers and have assets, right? So a will and trust and power of attorney is included in our program. I absolutely love this. Many people are not thinking about this. What happens to the guardianship of our children if something were to happen to us? What happens to the assets, the money in the bank, the cars, or the houses that we own? And so we are very passionate about being able to protect our clients as well. So they'll also get a will, trust, power of attorney in our program at no additional cost. The YFL Family Mint, I love this. If your clients have any kids ages 8 to 18, they're able to actually get them through this educational portal. And now the children in the home are actually gonna learn financial literacy. That's so important because if the parents didn't know it, probably the kids don't know it. So teaching them at an early age about credit phenomenal. Where can they be when they're at age 18? So they can actually do that, and the YFL gives out scholarships. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. So again, here it is, youth financial literacy. So it allows us to provide financial literacy lessons across the school. So our company donates thousands of dollars to this company. And where they take it from is $2 from each protection plan actually goes into this fund in order to educate. So not only are they clients, but they're also helping with the problem, right? This year, we were able to give out almost $400,000. They just announced it in college scholarships as well. So again, if you have any kids, senior year in high school, freshman in college, YFLfoundation.org, they can actually go in there and apply for scholarships. But this is something that your clients will have access to as well. And I love this, being able to help with those student loans, right? And help them not have these credit challenges when they get of age. So enrollment and pricing, for your clients to be able to come onto our program, it's $188 to get started, very affordable, includes their enrollment and their first month. So it's just $188 one time, gets the ball rolling, and they pay $89 a month after that, okay? There's no withdrawal penalties, no contract. They're simply in the program for as long as they get these negative items off and they get to the credit score that they need in order to get approved. Most of our clients see results within the first 30 to 90 days. They're already seeing significant jumps in their credit score, but it all depends on what negative items are on their report. Of course, everyone's is different, but definitely they can stay in the program and we will continue to fight those items for them. So if you see value, let's see how many people we have here. We have 36 participants. If you see value in this service, type 1 in the chat so I can feel like I'm not talking to myself today, right? But so important. I love this program, definitely changed my life. I was able to see a 196-point increase in the first 4 months of being in this program, and it has enhanced my financial opportunity. And ever since then, all I wanted to do was help other people. So if you see value as a realtor or a lender, you can actually become a referral partner with us. So become a referral partner today. And we're actually going to teach you what that looks like. So you want to reach out to the agent that invited you and just send them a screenshot of your business card. It's really that simple. We will go ahead and log you in and opt you into our referral source, our personal, and you're going to get an email like this. It's going to say, Dear Donna, you've been enrolled as a referral source for your clients that have been enrolled in credit restoration. You're gonna get a username and password and access to your portal, okay? It's phenomenal, so that way you can log in. And this is what it's gonna look like when you log in. So it's gonna say referral source agent business office. So you would enter that username and that password. And then now in this referral portal, you can actually submit your leads. So if you have leads right now, people that you just denied in the last week, in the last 2 weeks, anyone that you can think about, right? That you can go back and say, maybe I can help these people. You can actually start submitting those leads to the agent that actually introduced you to this webinar today. Very simple. As you can see here on the top, submit lead, customer name, contact info, email, and any notes that you want to provide. For instance, if the lender told you, hey, it's due to this one collection, or they had a repossession, or whatever notes that the lender gives you, it'd be nice for us to know a little bit so we can already go in on the call with something to relate with them. Also, you will be able to see a listing. So this is the customer list. So let's say you send a client to me, I talk to them, introduce them to the program. They say, yes, please, I need this, sign me up. Soon as I sign them up, I will drop them into your queue. And so now when you log in, you're able to track these customers. So you'll be able to see exactly what I see. And look, this is what it looks like. It'll show you the summary of accounts that are in dispute. So it won't tell you exactly what, but you'll get an idea because, for instance, right here, look, 41 negative items deleted, right? So you'll be able to follow up and track this customer. Like, wow, this customer had 10 negative items. They're down to only 2. I should probably reach out. And this way you build that relationship until they're ready. Because they're gonna do it eventually, but you wanna definitely keep them in your pipeline so that they do it with you. So you'll be able to see the progress, you'll be able to see their information, email address. So it's a pretty nice CRM system so that you can actually see this information. So again, fill your pipeline with hot leads. The beauty of this is that we have thousands, hundreds of clients in our database already. So if you work with us and we see how you work as well, then we're gonna send you leads in your area. We're nationwide. So right now I'm in Tampa, Florida, but we're nationwide. So I have clients in Massachusetts, I have clients in Georgia, I have clients all over. And so just knowing the relationship that we can build with each other, I'll say, hey, I'm gonna send you to her because she's in Orlando, Florida. I'm not a realtor, right? So we can actually work together like that. So what you wanna do is go ahead and get registered today, get with the agent that invited you, can get you that portal, and you can start submitting your leads. And that way you can start to fill a huge pipeline. Remember, I know that for you guys, tax season is very busy. The summer is very busy. So right now is when we actually want to fill that pipeline and generate hot leads and get them ready to buy by that time. Thank you so much. My name is Raysa Otero, Vice President, and hopefully we see you in as a referral source. Have a good night.
Thank you, Raysa.
Thank you, Raysa.
You're welcome, guys. Have a good night. Thank you.